Okay, so clearly having internet issues. I'll fix it when the time gets to it. But let's continue. I'll leave the previous video as an intro, and what I'll do now is just get straight to the flight. So we'll push back, engine start, everything is good, computer's loaded up, GSX is still attached, but I'm gonna I'm gonna release them so we can actually continue on with the flight. So with that said, let's get back to it. So we ended it with engine start. So both engines are but we've
Cockpit
got
to
good
ground.
engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay, so flaps 1, take off, arm ground spoilers, turn off the AP here, and we can reduce some of these lights as well. Let's do some close that. So I'm gonna get rid of the food trays, and then perform the controls. So go left, go right, neutral, ailerons, elevators, go up, go down, rudder, go left, go right, and that's all we need to do. So reduce the lighting a bit so we can actually see in the dark. After start, anti-icing, flight controls, ground equipment is clear. Taxi checklist. So we'll start with the anti-icing. So wing, engine, probably I'm gonna leave them on auto. So we just need those 3 on, and that's all we need until we take off. We can also turn on the taxi lights. Wing lights are on. Yep, that's it. Alright, so taxi checklist. Flap set, radar on. Good point. Auto brakes on. Geo config is going to be the next one. Cabin is ready already. And that's it. So geo config is usually after you've done a bit of moving, but it's fine. It's ready to go. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to check is the sorry, let's go back here. Taxi, and then checklist complete. So departure change, nothing to worry about here. I can just accept all these. That's takeoff speeds and stuff like that, so that's good. Cruising altitude is 38,000 feet. It's 35. Let's double check with SimBrief. Yeah, 38,000 feet. So I just got that wrong. Start the clock. Center us. Zoom in a little bit so get a good view of the entire flight. Okay. So let's come back here, and we need to turn something else. So that's this. Yeah, that's all we have to do. WXR, which is the weather radar. All right, that's all good. Yeah, the next checklist is going to be a lineup checklist. We'll keep that page open. Release the brakes. Apply a little bit of power. We'll start rolling. Alright, so TCAM, well, yeah, all green, that's all you need to say. Okay, so a request taxi. Oops, alright, let's so turn on the mics just a tad bit.
Ground loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf heavy with Yankee, ready to taxi yard.
Alright. Yep, 3-5, right. That's good. So let's keep going. I'll let co-pilot handle the
Taxi to and hold
radio.
short runway
So someone's pushing back. What I could do, I'm gonna hold here, just cause should have really gone to the center taxiways, but doesn't really matter. Hopefully they don't plow right into us. Runway 35 as well. Yep, 35 right. That's good. Let's follow this A321. Release the brakes. 5 bit more power. Start rolling again. Okay, that's good. Increase the range a bit so we can see the our full taxi path. We need to take this left here. Hopefully it holds position. Come on, hold. There we go. So we'll take this left. We're gonna go left and right, and I'm gonna take this right here. Apply a little bit more braking so we can actually perform the turn without going onto the grass. Okay, Dave. So let's double check, see if it's recording. Yes, it is. 7 minutes in. That's good. Alright, so we're gonna take this turn, but there's an aircraft taxiing towards us, so we're going to take the more dangerous taxi path, taxiway, because this is usually for aircrafts that are departing from the runway after landing, and hopefully not after an aborted takeoff or emergency landing. Alright, so everyone seems to be using 35 left, so I'm going to be unique. I'm going to use 35 right. So I'm looking to do more light wing aircraft, so I'm going to be doing some flights within Africa at some point, a little bush flights. So yeah, mostly in the TBM or any of the slightly smaller aircraft, because it's been a while since I've done that. I don't think I've done any of those flights. I don't think I've planned a TBM in 2024, but we'll get to it at some point. I really want to do those. I really want to do those flights because they're shorter, kind of short and sweet, but they're quite satisfying when done right. It's a beautiful airport, but it looks like it. It's quite a big airport. There's a lot of it looks a lot the same, so it's like mirrored. It's interior as well, so it's a beautiful airport. Anyway, we're going to go right to the end of the runway and line up from there. I believe this is the cargo area. I'll be doing some other cargo flights as well in the near future, so there's a lot to do, that's the thing, but you always seem to find recommendations of like somewhat similar flights from similar destinations to and so on and so forth. But anyway, I'll turn the taxi off and we're going to take this turn here. A little bit of braking and see now we're only one. I'll turn on the strobe lights. Confirm by changing the view. Yep, strobe lights are on. Back to the cockpit. So should be holding here. Flight braking there. Alright, so
Santiago Tower. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy ready for departure. Runway 35 right, IFR to El Dorado.
alright, cleared takeoff. Taxi lights on, landing lights on, or TO nose wheel lights on. Release the brakes, apply a bit of power,
Cleared for takeoff runway
start rolling.
35 right.
There we
Loose
go, we've got the
Raptor
clearance.
Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy.
I'll start the clock first with the first officers. So we're gonna pause for a sec and then start the takeoff roll after that. Take a bit of a deep breath just because of how far we're traveling, and then just follow the yellow line. Get nice. You're right. Come on. So we're gonna go a little bit onto the runway just before we hold it on. Alright, apply brakes. Oh yeah, let's get the heads-up display on. Where's the click? There it is. Alright, so do we need some more lights in here? No, not those. Yeah, I'll turn those on once we get airborne. Okay, so I'll also increase the range and start the clock. So first hold it on the foot brake, release parking brake, bring the power up to 50%, let it spool up, release the parking brakes, manflex SRS on runway, check. Kind of drifting a little to the left and I don't like it. There we go, yeah, drifting a little bit to the left. Alright, so let's bring it back to the center. 100 knots. V1, rotate. Positive radar climb. Gear up. Hold V2 if you can. Yeah, happy with that. Lower the nose a tad bit. And turn on autopilot. And we can get some nice little views of the exterior. Alright, to climb mode, but we don't want climb and double D rate, so we're going to change it to climb mode. So perform the lineup checklist, and that's the checklist complete. So let's bring up to performance page, and we're going to select climb mode, and we're going to use LS. Yeah, okay, not too bad. We're going to leave it on eco, so we're following the check cost index. So flaps up, and we can now disarm the ground spoiler and turn off the nose wheel lights. Kind of a messy now. We've kind of retracted the flaps a little bit too late, but it's not too much of an issue. There we go, so right turn. Alright, so let's have a look. We do have some constraints, so what I'll do is I will climb directly to our cruising altitude, which is 38,000 feet, initial cruising altitude, because they are going to have some step climbs later on in the flight, but we'll deal with that as and when. I'll increase the rate a bit on the en route.
Proceed on course. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy.
Transition altitude, parameter set to standard. So climbing over the cloud, and there's a bit of sunshine as you can see. Beautiful. So over the cloud, that's why we do need some icing. It's quite beautiful actually, climbing through pitch darkness into some nice sunlight. Let's just fly this one. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful climb out into the daylight. So it's quite hilly around this area, so we have to be very careful as we follow the departure route. 3 minutes in. Beautiful. So yeah, for anyone that does live streams, it's always beautiful. That's all you can ever say. The scene is beautiful. So good, passing 10,000 feet. We can now turn off the external light, including wing lights, landing lights, and wing lights and landing lights. That's all we need to turn off. I could also put the mobile or electronics to auto. Climb a little bit higher. As you can see, there's a lot of there's a lot of mountains on the right of us, but just enough away from our flight path. So let's let me get this information set right. This is the one that we need. Alright, so as you can see, this is where we are. Nice and climbing over, so decided to drop the nose a bit so we can accelerate, but it's beautiful views outside. I'm not gonna lie, this is really pretty sim, very, very pretty. Very hilly area. It's actually right on the ring of fire, so yeah, it's just the meeting of two tectonic plates, the Pacific tectonic plate. So yeah, it's a lot of volcanoes, a lot of earthquakes, but also very many mountains. So if you notice, there's the blue area where I think it's cyan, so that represents the water. There's a black area here which is like low altitude, but there's a lot of mountains a little bit further out from the coast. Don't know why that's the case, but I think it's because the subduction zone is a little bit lower than right below us. So yeah, it's curious. I'll have to look into it. I know how it works. I know how tectonic plates work. I'll have to sort of do a little bit of a thought experiment, same as I do with a lot of space things. I like to do a lot of thought experiments, sort of work out what different conditions would create what we see in normal observations. So yeah, it's a beautiful view out. Sun still over the horizon, but it will be climbing quite quickly, but it's quite cold. I believe they're in the winters, so yeah, so let's enjoy the nice climb out. And I believe I can turn off the wing and anti-ice and put them into auto. Oh well, turn them off really, but doesn't really matter now. But yeah, we're good, and yeah, let's enjoy the flight now. So you can actually put the covers back on. It's really good. I love that. Anyway, so I love the addition. It feels a little bit off, to be honest. It's like it's a little bit to the left, but it doesn't really matter. It's just it still got main information in. So there's option to declutter it. Oh, you can't even do. So you have normal, I can have crosswind. So it raises the information up there. So declutter doesn't seem to be working, even though it's working earlier. You can sort of dim or turn it off completely, but yeah, I'll have better look into. I do love using the heads-up displays, especially in the newer aircrafts. I used it quite a lot in the 787 Dreamliner. Alright, 18,000 feet, climbing nice and fast. Increase the range as far as you can and see. You can move the waypoints to declutter the map. Increase the range for first officer so they have a slightly greater view of aircrafts that are around us as well. So many clouds around here. I suppose it's too high for most of them. They haven't really come in from the ocean because it's like a huge barrier. So there's a lot of wetlands around the coasts. Got a bit of a kink here, so we could fix that. It is Pabas. So let's go down to the Pabos. Yeah, Pabos. So we need to get rid of Pabos. Yeah, actually, yeah, we'll get rid of Pund. Dimim and Pabos. So just clears that a bit. Delete the discontinuity. It's like that. It's like the smoother flight path. It's quite a long ways away, but still. And as you can see, yeah, we've climbed really fast. We're at 22,000 feet already, and passengers seem to be happy. I'll turn the foot guards on and release the trays. So, if you're curious as to, actually, this is probably speaking to you, difficult passengers. The reason as to why you have to store away your tray tables, and the pilots have to do the same during takeoff and landing, or even during turbulence, is that think of it as a giant blade aimed directly at your midriff. So if you stop immediately, you're obviously going to, when the aircraft stops, unfortunately you won't stop as fast as the aircraft does. So that's the reason why they have to store away your tray tables. So anyway, that's a bit of a tidbit there. But yeah, I believe now we can settle in. A bit of daylight already. Sun's it's going to get brighter. Unfortunately, obviously, with the with time compression, they really didn't fix it. Time compression sort of matching with the sim rate as well. But anyway, that's something that I hope someone has put in a request to Asobo, because yeah, most streamers would do tend to sort of do the whole flight at normal sim rate or real life rate, which is understandable, especially if you are trying to I mean, if you have music as well. If I introduce music to the streams, I'll probably fly the entire 5 hours instead of cutting it down to less than about 2 hours or so. But yeah, there was a stream for one of another flight simulator streamer that completed the entire 14-hour flight. Or the stream did cut off and come back in, but yeah, they literally flew the entire 14 hours. I think it was from Dallas to Tokyo. So yeah, I used to do those back in the day, probably right about uh, Microsoft 2000 and sorry, yeah, 2004, and then FSX as well. I used to do, you know, these long haul flights, but yeah, I have too much to do to to uh, to commit that much of my time. 12 hours, that's literally half a day. Well, it is half a day, isn't it? Even over half a day. 14 hours staring at a screen, listening to music, popping in now and again, talking to people, and no, I don't have the energy for that. In fact, I'm actually looking to convert to edited videos instead, just for the simplicity of it. But anyway, so now I really should go through the OFB and have a rough idea of what we're expected ahead of us, because throughout the entire flight we're going to have winds blowing in from the west, so to the left of us. Yeah, and that seems to be for the duration of the flight. So just you have to scroll up using this the white dot here. So might be a little bit of headwind, but mostly sideways crosswinds for the duration of the flight. So I don't have to. I used to go through the OSP quite, uh, you know, quite intensely, just making sure I keep an eye, or trying to commit most of the information that is produced through memory. But I don't do that as much. I can pretty much get up to date information as I need, and plus, if I do time compression, a lot of that information doesn't really matter after some point. Anyway, so en route, I'm going to have OFB on here. Actually, before I change that, I'm going to select our destination, star. What is this star again? Yeah, it'd help if I if I could do that. So route star is Egypt 140, Egypt 40. So back to charts, Egypt 40 star. No, it doesn't really matter actually. So it's 1-4 right, 1-4 left. So that's gonna be information I'll leave for the first officer, but I'll let them have the OSB so they can keep track of the information as we go along. We'll increase the range so we have a better view of the our entire path. There you go. It's a long way, so you get to see most of the globe there. All right, so with that, I can I'll select LRC for now. So you just increase the climb a bit, still in climb mode, and once we get to cruise, I'll select eco mode again. So we'll go with the cost index. All right, I'll swap it to here. Have all the information that I need on here. First officer can have the performance, and I'll have the flight plan on here. And that is it for now, anyway. So as you can see, there's a lot of mountains and uneven ground below us, so that leads to a lot of updrafts. So a lot of air sort of flying up, but it's so early in the morning, so a lot of the air is quite heavy, so it's sort of settling a lot lower to the ground. But it still does cause a lot of travelers flying to mountainous areas, especially for anyone who's ever flown over any, like the Alps in Switzerland, or anywhere near the Himalayas. You do get a lot of turbulence as you fly over mountainous areas, just because of updrafts, just winds going all over the place. But so we've got a little bit of turbulence, not too much, quite a bit of a bob, sort of bobbing up and down. And as always, my co-pilot, who's missing, is talking to our you know, keeping up with the sorry, keep on top with ATC. Okay, so I want to see if you can actually add the avatar. Auto remove covers, yes. Auto disconnect tiller, yes. Auto up, no. Rudder controls tiller, yes too. But I'll keep that as no. IRS fast. I thought you could add or remove the co-pilot. Preferred seat side captain, yes. Auto save notification, yes, yes, yes. Display refresh rate 30 frames per minute, that's fine. EFB boot time, instant, yes. Kilograms, chart. So not gonna worry too much about auto daylight and charts. Yeah, I'd rather change it myself. No smoking, auto, HUD on, yes. Printer, yes. So you can actually, let me just actually see if I can do that. Alright, so data, waypoint, navigator, printer. You can print the flight plan, print takeoff data, auto print description. So you can actually auto print this information if you really need to, which is actually quite cool. I'd rather have that auto print the wind data. Pre-flight, in-flight, post-flight. Oh, you can't get this printed, but it's actually quite cool. So basically, you print it out there, and you click on it, and it's stick it there. So that's the information that we just need. So it's just rough information. It's nothing too serious. Nothing. It's just temperatures and things. Oh, actually, the takeoff data information. So that's the stuff that I calculated before. So these are quite new. A lot's been added. So that's the only I can say. Anything I can say about that is that getting a lot of things that have been added in new updates. Navigate, waypoints, position, rest, report position, and things like that. So don't need to do all that. Go out to end routes actually. Increase the range a bit. I leave it like that. Alright, so where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I think it is ATC comms. There we go. So ATIs could get this. I still haven't got this to properly work. So site update all. Update. Update. You can cancel it as well, which is a good thing because before you could not cancel it. But it really should give you the weather information. Let me see if you can print it. Didn't even know there was a printer there, but yeah, supposedly there's a printer there somewhere. I wonder who changes the roll of print paper. First officer, well, I suppose you get the first officer to do it all. Do the walk around, do the changing the print paper for the cockpit printer. So let's have a look. Are there any messages? So it's just a bit of information. Oh, I love my printer there. I really love that. Let's move back here. This is just basically a little information from message to. Okay, that's fine. So let's waste some print paper. Request speed vertical. So I don't really need any of that. Connect. Don't need to connect to anything really. Say international. Notify max upload delay. That's fine. So yeah, let me see if I can request. Send request. So we're just waiting for that. Let me see if we'll get the the destination weather, because that's never worked. It's ever since the sim came out. So flight plan, page, performance page on the right. just about reaching that cruising altitude. I can now turn off the seatbelt signs or turn it into auto to allow the passengers to stretch their legs a bit, and I can also enjoy the views of it on the outside. And oh yeah, you can save the recording. 35 minutes to get to from gate to here, so I'm gonna save that using Air France cabin because I can't get the default cabin or the Latam cabin. Okay, and that is all I can do for now, really. So yeah, cruising altitude. What I could do, yes, is the step climb, because we need to include those. So go straight down to the flight log, scroll down. So initial cruising altitude is 38,000 feet. I'm gonna maintain 38,000 for a very long time. I think it might be for the duration of the flight. See, usually I go through all these, but I haven't been doing that recently. So our first step climb is at Linam. So let's find Linam. Oh, it's been added already, so that's good. That's actually, yeah, saves me having to do that. So step guide at Linam, and then that's the last step guide for the duration of the flight. So that's actually quite interesting. I didn't know it uploaded the step climbs as well from SimBrief, so that's good. Well done. Inibuilds have literally been improving the aircraft ever since it came out, so I'm not gonna lie, yeah, just such a sweet aircraft. It's pretty much the PMDG of it's the PMDG of Airbus. So yeah, this is peak quality basically. But yeah, so let's now settle in. I will increase the sim rate shortly, and with that I will also leave you with some external views so you guys can enjoy the views around us. What I'll do actually is turn to rain here, and we'll have weather information here. So you could also tilt the dish to normal position. Yeah, to normal, and then obviously set it back to below once we start our descent. So it's getting a bit brighter. It is very there's a bit of turbulence, as you can see. So I might have to keep the normal sim rate for now, just because of that would kind of might make it hard for autopilot to maintain the flight path. But so we'll maintain it for now. So it's just peaked over the horizon, just warmed up a bit, so that temperature will warm up the cooler air below, which will rise, and then it's issues with a lot of turbulence as we fly through, because as you can see, there's just a lot of mountains and hills and valleys and crests and things below us. So yeah, we're going to get a lot of turbulence. It's not too bad right now, which is not too bad. And with it being headwinds or side winds, it might affect us a bit, but it's just winds coming in from the Pacific. Ooh, yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna leave the seatbelts on for now, and I can actually enjoy. I do love. I mean, anybody who loves flying will enjoy most parts. Most things about flying, and for me, yeah, I do. You have a bit of turbulence. You have any holds, Let me see. Try get a better view for this. Ooh, yeah, it's quite some serious turbulence actually. But yeah, a lot of people will be uncomfortable. Alright, so that's view number 2, or engine number 2. So yeah, as you can see, it's yeah, it's not it's not very comfortable. Not very comfortable turbulence as well, and it's quite serious actually. But anyway, I'm here to sort of choose a better angle for this. But yeah, I'm not liking. Yeah, it's not going to be very comfortable for them. So hopefully I don't get a bad bad report, bad review by the passengers. But anyway, I suppose there's not much pilots can do really. If turbulence is going to be or if the diversion is going to be too expensive, or increase too much time to the flight, then you might as well just fly through the turbulence. The aircraft can handle it. It's just hope it's not, severe turbulence. Even seasoned travelers will will kind of get a little bit worried when turbulence does get severe. So I'll leave you guys with with the flight map. I will let us sort of get through most of this turbulence, and once it comes down just a tad bit, I will then increase the sim rate just a bit so we can get there a little bit quicker. But for now, hope you enjoy this part of the flight. Luckily, you don't have to go through the turbulence as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I will be back shortly.
124.85. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy. Manaus Center, Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy. Flight level 380. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy. Manaus Center. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy would like to change destination to El Dorado. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy cleared to El Dorado Airport is filed. Squawk 5317. Continue to Orbab following heading 005. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy. Going to 128.1. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy. Lima Center. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy is at flight level 400, descending flight level 380. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy. Bogota Center. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy is at flight level 400, descending flight level 380. Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy would like to change destination to El Dorado. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy cleared to El Dorado Airport is filed. Squawk 5317.
Hello. Welcome back. So, I've been off mic, but I've been doing most of the preparations for the arrival. Just initiated the descent, and we are descending all the way down to 10,000 feet, which is the platform altitude. And then, obviously, from then on, we should be properly configured for a landing, both on glide slope and localizer. And obviously, roughly about 10 miles out, we should then we should have a good view of the airport. Now, like I said, I've done all the preparations. I've put in the altitudes, got the weather information, got the auto brake system sorted. I've also got the I want to set the radar dish tilt to below, and we could arm these speed brakes, but don't really think we're gonna. We'll definitely be needing it at some point. But with that said, really, but that should be it. So I've got a bit of an issue here. CB. Okay, not something that I was hoping to see. Let's have a look. There we go. So I think I pressed the wrong button there. Or we're just having another issue with the click spots. Anyway, so everything back to normal. No panic averted. I'm going to leave the electronics off until probably we get to around about 15,000 feet or so. That's when I'll turn it off. So really should be turning off the onboard Wi-Fi anyway by now, as we're coming into land. So just getting all the passengers properly ready for arrival. Some people will have had a couple of hours of sleep or do 2 or 3 hours of sleep, which is more than enough. Especially if you're traveling that time in the morning, waking up at 6 AM, you're going to be a little bit groggy. But yeah, we're nearly there. We're nearly arriving in Bogota. As you can see, our approach is kind of a weird one. It's straight down to where is it? To Ambes. Ambes is going to be our next waypoint, and then that's also our star. Okay, so she's going to be looping there with arguing with the ATC for a while, so I'm going to ignore her and focus on the flight at hand. But yeah, it's a fairly smooth flight. A lot of turbulence at the start. Might get some turbulence on the way down again, but you know, with most of the cool air coming in from the Pacific sort of warmed up, and to get up to a good altitude, we are going to be experiencing a little bit of turbulence on our way down as well, especially this early in the morning as well, and with the sun so bright up above. You can see there's a lot of clouds around, so a bit of cloud diving. I do enjoy that, to be honest. But beyond that, yeah, just gonna babysit the aircraft until we get closer. So I'm still debating when I would probably disengage the autopilot so I can manually fly the aircraft onto the runway. But yeah, that's really all there is to do. I'll probably get rid of these now. I don't really need them. Get rid of the foot guards as well, and co-pilot can take hers, put hers, store her tray away. So now let's get the GSX ready for us. Alright, so I brought down the airport, so the gate number is gate 17. So I'm gonna ask the GSX for that. So El Dorado, Gate. This one suitable. Gate 17. Too small it says, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to use SIA. Yeah, that's fine. I'll let GSX choose that for us. So they're ready for us. They're expecting us to arrive fairly soon. But yeah, got a bit of headwind coming in from the slightly. Oh, okay. Actually, from the left now, but sorry, from the right. So we're gonna get yeah, the trim aircraft's gonna be struggling to maintain that. But once we turn in to face the runway, we should be fairly head on. So yeah, but like I said, it's 3 knot winds, so it's not going to be too. It's fairly calm. Well, it's considered calm to be honest. So it should be a smooth, easy control down to the touchdown zone. But yeah, so smooth and easy does it. The last part of the flight now. Managed to get the ILS frequency and everything sorted out, so thank God for that. But yeah, probably might not use, but I'll probably use both the flight instruments and also the heads-up display as well. So we'll see how that goes. What I'll do now is I'll turn on the mobile or electronics. So basically asking them to store them away and concentrate. So it's a lot brighter than when we departed. So some people who probably fall asleep are going to be struggling to, you know, when they open their eyes and it's extremely bright. So anyway, so okay, so I'm gonna get the maps sorted so I've got a good view of our flight path, because it says that on the charts here that there are some where is it? That's miles. No, it's up here. Where is it? High mountainous terrain. MNM 9,800. So it's a little bit higher than the runway. Well, the airport really. So just keep an eye on that. As you can see, there's a lot of high terrain until we get to slightly lower terrain here, which is where the airport is. So we've got the slightly think of it as runway 5 right on Manchester for anyone who's ever flown to Manchester. So that's sort of where that is. Slightly staggered approach, staggered layout. But we're kind of going to be landing on the outskirts, and then as soon as we exit, we'll be right on the terminal. So very good layout, to be honest. Nothing like Manchester, I suppose, but yeah, because both Manchester airports are kind of out of the way from the. But as the layout, as in, you know, you've got left and right kind of thing. But yeah, so nice and smooth now. 21,000 feet. So we're going to be traveling quite fast until we get a little bit closer to about 10,000 feet. It's about 10 nautical miles out. So we're going to have to maintain the speed quite. Might have to sort of intervene for the speed control there. So we're coming in from left to coming in from the left and turning right for the final here. So yeah, just gonna have to be a little bit careful now. Traveling fast, we're gonna have to slow down because just make sure. So I'll show you what I mean. So as you can see here, it says just about 870 ME, which is 87 miles out. We'll still be at about 10,800 feet. and usually the speed constraint is obviously below 10,000 feet should be 250 knots. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to manually control. So reset transition altitude. We're gonna set environment to the local, so which is at the moment 1013. But what we put in earlier is 1030. So I don't know why it's. I think it's just because we're above 18,000 feet. So once we go below 18,000 feet, then we can select the actual transition altitude. So there we go. Oh, not still. So just descend a little bit further before we select the actual transition altitude or transition level. Alright, checklist, approach checklist complete. So next checklist is going to be the landing checklist, of which I will have on this side. I'm going to use the reference because I can see all the waypoints now, so I don't need to have the flat page on. I'll turn on the I'll select the landing page checklist for landing checklist page. Jesus Christ, it is early in the morning here, so 4 a.m. in the morning. So anyway, so far we're still doing quite well. That's going to be a very sharp right turn over 90 degrees. So let's just keep an eye out for that. So 15,000 feet, we're doing okay. Let me see if yep, there we go. So we can now select our transition altitude. Currently it's to 1025, but transition altitude at the the QNH at the airport is 1030, I think. So ILS frequency has been picked up, and we've got the glide slope just below the moment, but the localizer is to the left. So I'll arm the localizer approach. Now current altitude is 14,000 feet. So once we are on the glide slope, both glide slope and localizer, or in the cone, so to say, we'll then select the second autopilot and then current altitude, which is going to be 14,000 feet. So you can see there's a lot of mountainous elevation around us. Well, a few mountains about, so just terrifying for passengers, I suppose, looking out and seeing mountain only looks only a few hundred feet above below you. Sorry, so you can look at that. It looks pretty. So anyway, back to the cockpit, and slowly, as you can see, the glide slope is climbing up. So you want it to be a little bit. You want to be below the glide slope by the time you begin your right turn. So the speed's coming down now, and we are what's the speed constraint? So speed constraint is 200 at about 30,000 feet. So slowing down to flaps 1 speed. So here we start the final the right turn to final. Alright, so localizer should start centering now, and we can actually select the oh, there we go. So it's now selected speed of 185. So localizer is centering now. I can now select the approach hold, select autopilot 2, and then select guard altitude, which is 14,000 feet. Alright, speed check, flaps 1. A lot of turbulence, as you can see that. No, I don't want to. I haven't selected speed. Alright, so I think I'm gonna have to bring in the speed brakes because I don't know why it decided to just accelerate, and now so we're way off a little bit, actually a little bit, because kind of offset to the right a bit. But let's see if it'll capture the glide slope again. Alright, so back to performance page, select the landing speed, and then we can now help the aircraft slow down a bit more and also catch up to the glide slope. It's slightly offset, but there we go. It's about 212 or so DME, or 12 nautical miles from the airport. So let's now just let the aircraft slow down. I won't interfere as much. Probably might even retract the okay. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll select landing speed below 10,000 feet soon, but you know what? I'll turn on the landing lights, wing lights, and what's the nosewheel lights? They're on, but they're stored away still at the moment. I can also bring down the
2,500.
The heads-up display. Alright, speed check, flaps 2. Alright, I can now select landing gear. I'm going to bring in the speed brakes, and I'll set the okay, so I've selected flaps full, cabin. I'm gonna okay, so good, landing speed, good, good, good. Landing checklist. Landing checklist is complete. Next checklist is going to be the parking checklist, so I'll leave that on as well. Alright, runway in sight, 5 nautical miles out. Really we should get clearance to land, and then we're going to put the parameter to
1,000.
local, which is QNH 1030. Alright, I'm happy to take over. We've got about 8 knot winds at the moment, blowing a little bit to from the left, so okay, it's struggling to use crosswinds.
500.
500. I have the aircraft.
100 above. Minimum.
Landing.
100.
50 on the threshold.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Whoa. Reverse full. Bit of a hard landing there. Kind of ground came a little bit too fast for us. But it's fine. Keep the reversers on. $70 knots. burst is off. I can now get rid of the heads-up display, don't need it. I can also turn off the landing lights. Alright, disengage. Brakes is still on. I don't know why it wouldn't disengage when I press the foot brakes, but never mind. Let's exit. Let's exit here. Auto flight control autopilot. Yeah, the autopilot is off, so I don't know why. Flight director can go off as well. And with that, welcome to Santiago. Yeah, Colombia. So another Latam over there. American, Avianica, so nice, nice busy airport. So we've got a warning on here that I need to pay attention to for a second. Actually, let me take this on 2nd November, because we're parking just here next to these Avianicas, these A320s. Alright, now that we're here, I can now turn on the retract the flaps, turn on the APU, turn off the wing lights, turn on the taxi lights, turn off the strobe lights, and let's move forward. Alright, we can bring in the speed brakes also. Alright, so let's now contact ground. El Dorado, and we're going to get
Ground, Loose Raptor Bravo,
taxi
4
to
Lima
gate.
Golf Heavy, taxi to the gate.
Slow down a tad there. Turn right. A350-737 American Airlines. One of my favorite Western airline liveries.
Papa November Delta. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy.
Papa November Delta. It doesn't really matter because where we're going is just there, right next to this big jet. Still got a warning here. Don't know why it's popping up really. Anyway, we'll deal with that once we're parked. Flight director. Okay, that clears that notification, so let's have a look. There we go. So we're backed a little bit over there actually, yeah. Alright. But yeah, with that I can say welcome to welcome to Colombia. Last time we didn't get this far. Had a bit of an issue, but anyway. Let's have a look. So it's quite tricky because we've got different taxiways to the gate area, so I just need to be quite careful. Should take the right turning, not clip anyone's wings or tails, which is quite strange. Which is quite a funny thing actually. I was watching a video by Mentor Aviation, and it was saying that it was a discussion about whether or not they should include cameras in cockpits, and obviously there's pilots unions that say no, never, and it's quite strange. For me personally, my position is yes, include cameras. They have voice recorders, yes, yes, privacy and whatever it is that their argument is, and obviously changing how pilots behave, so they'll be more secretive and blah blah blah. They're less free to do the job, da da da. But still, that's you know, for because at the end of the day, saving lives is a time. You know, it's all about time. So if they can solve a mystery quickly with the help of cameras, then I believe it's worth it, worth the losing that a little bit of privacy for that. Because yes, life is saving lives is the most important thing at this when it comes to this. So add a bit more power here. So and yeah, they were saying that because there's so many aircrafts that always clip, you know, wings always clipping other aircrafts. All right, so clipping other aircrafts tails. So they were thinking add like a sensor. Slow down just a tad bit. Yeah. Slow down just a tad bit. If I run into him, he's on the ladder anyway, so it must be a little bit more power. No, why do you keep doing that? I don't want the jetway attached straight away. I think I'm anyway. So let's get rid of the jetway for a start. I don't want it attaching just yet. I'm gonna arm all those. Okay, let's move forward just a tad bit more. Yeah, I don't think he knows what he's doing there. Okay, so have a quick look around. Lost a couple of frames there. Oh, it's loaded in, that's good. Yeah, dudes, I'm right on you, so I don't think it's gonna help to do that. So turn off engines and turn off seatbelt and mobile devices. I can also then ask GSX to bring up the jetway. There we go, jetway. One thing I need to do as well is request for stairs, but let's disarm all doors first. Open L4. Can you open L4? L4, let's have a look. There's an issue with L4, I don't know why it just never opens, but L2 is open. Let me set the chocks and connect the GPU as well. And GSX, get your ass here and let's connect the stairs. Okay, while they're doing that, I can now turn off the turn on the okay, I'm pressing everything. So turn on the ground power before I turn off the the APU, because we're gonna lose power completely. But we have a battery that will help us bridge that bit of time. But anyway, so beacon lights can come off now. I can also turn off the logo lights, and then yeah, passengers can now get off the aircraft. Let's have a look. But let me open L4, but anyway, so with that, oh yeah, bring up my tray table and Alright,
Deboarding
request the
requested.
boarding.
Passengers deboarding starting.
And that, my dear friends, is how you do that. The landing was very bumpy. That's one thing I am going to not too happy about. But yes, I'll look into that. I'll see why, because I felt pretty perfect on the puppies and in the local on the center line as well. So I came in really nice. I was right in the center. I was on the sweet spot of the of the of the I was in the sweet spot of the cone. So I don't know what happened. Kind of dropped very quickly. 50 over the threshold. I got the 40, 30, 40, 30, 20. Even got 5, I think. But yeah. But with that, the flight is complete. We are done. We have finally got this flight done. I will keep the original one, original flight, but I'm gonna keep this one as well, just for the fact that it's a more successful flight. Let me put my put the little covers for the. It's quite cute. It's quite a neat idea to have little covers for the heads-up displays. Look quite nice actually. I do like it. It's quite nicely padded. But anyway, so that's the flight. I will now call it a. Well, yeah, the flight is done. I really hope you enjoyed it. I do hope to be doing another flight probably later on this evening, and yeah. So thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna leave you. Actually, I'm gonna go and take a nice little walk in the cabin. So I'm gonna. Where is it? I'm gonna unlock the door. Take a nice little walk to the back of the cabin. I hope they introduce a way to control the these dividers. But yeah, I can hear the passengers being greeted on the way out.
Thank you for flying with us. Bye-bye.
Oh, nice of them.
Goodbye.
Alright, so let's get to.
Goodbye.
Kind of in, I would have preferred if they did that. If you had like a way to control the lighting and or they added it to the AFB, just way to control the lighting and the when to open the curtains or which curtains to open and close. For whatever reason, the new update has kind of disabled the door animations for the lavatories, so that's something to look into, I suppose. For whatever reason, the passengers want to walk straight into the galley. No, there we go. Alright, so you see, it's better for passengers who are walking. At least they know where they're going. And we've got some passengers here waiting. Oh yeah, say good morning. I like that they also keep up with the time of day as well. So it is a good morning.
Good morning. Goodbye.
Alright, let's go to the outside. And yeah, it's a good airport. It does deload and load in a lot of quite a lot. Probably have to change the settings back to what I had previously. So this is where all the luggage is lost. And you can see right to the other side where is Avianica, and this is our beautiful aircraft unloading, being unloaded. And I'll leave you with this this view here of the beautiful Latam livery with the slightly rethought rethinking of the carbon fiber livery for the release. What's it called? I'm trying to think of the word here. It's a carbon fiber design for the certification livery, I think, for the A350. So they had like a carbon fiber design at the back, but they've changed it to the black and blue. Red and blue instead, and obviously part of the merger from I think it's Tam to, and it was anyway, but they merged it, and they merged the names as well to Latam. Beautiful livery, I'm not gonna lie. There's actually a Darth Vader one that I passed on, but I'll probably go into that next time. So yeah, with that, thank you ever so much. I will probably do more South American flights. Probably do a tricky one to Antarctica, but with that, I want to thank you ever so much. Really hope you enjoyed the views and the flight itself. It was kind of a heavy landing, not gonna lie, or hard landing, sorry. But with that said, thank you ever so much. Have a nice morning, evening, night, whatever time of day it is for you there. So thank you very much. See you later.